Hi everyone, it's me B, and I'm on today to do a flip through stroke walk through of this tarot deck here. So it's called the Vivid Journey Tarot, and it's by Jessica Clare. So I kind of featured this deck recently in a hashtag that I done for Tangerine Layla, and a couple of people who commented on that video asked me to do a flip through stroke walkthrough, so hence I am doing that now. So this deck comes in this nice flip top opening box. It's got like a little ribbon there as well, and it comes with a full guidebook. Okay, so I purchased this deck I think it was last year, after seeing it being showcased by someone called Kim, and her channel is Abundance Life. If I can find that video, I will link it in the description bar of this video. Okay, so let's have a look at the book, the guidebook. So let me see how many pages it is. It's 181 pages. It's colour, quite good quality paper. So the first kind of page gives a little blurb about the author, Jessica Clare. This is a Llewellyn based deck. This card here, I believe, is the Nine of Pentacles. It's a deck that's showcased at the beginning of the book. And then it's got the content. So this deck was actually published in 2017, so it's only 2 years old. The content has got the introduction, tarot basics, the major arcana, the minor arcana, and the conclusion. So just gives you a brief introduction. Tarot basics. This talks about the kind of history of the tarot deck. Talks about Marseille, Rider-Waite-Smith, and the Thoth decks. And then it gives you a bit of blurb about the colouring that's used in the deck and what it means. So, for example, it's got here red. Red is the colour that pumps through our veins. It's primal. Red brings us messages of aggression, passion, power, lust, action, danger, and desire. I just did a couple of other colours. So orange. Orange is the harmony between powerful red and bright yellow. It's fun, playful, healing, warm and comforting. So it does that for quite a few colours. It's got here yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, black and white. Then it gives you like a 3-card spread and tells you how to kind of do the cards, you know, to begin, clear your mind and ground yourself, focus on the situation or ask a question on which you would like more guidance, etc., etc. So it talks about how to do that reading. It's quite a nice book. I mean, it goes into the minor suits. So it's got here wands. The wands are represented by the element of fire, the season of summer, and the colour red. They represent the actions, primal urges, and burning passions that drive us. And then the cups are represented by the element of water. The season is autumn. The colour is blue. They represent our emotional side, our desires, emotional reactions and sensitivities. Swords. The swords are represented by the element of air, the season of spring, and the colour yellow. They represent our thinking, mental slaves, decision making, so mental selves, decision making and reasoning. And the pentacles are represented by the element of earth, the season of winter, and the colour green. They represent our physical selves, our health, and material possessions such as money. So then it goes on to talk about the kings and queens, the knights and the pages. Just give you a bit about that. So the kings and queens represent adulthood or the mastery of... Oh, so my tongue is a bit twisted. Let me start again. The kings and queens represent adulthood or the mastery of the skills or tools. They bring the balance of the masculine and feminine. Knights. The knights represent adolescence or the action, diligence and hard work needed to perfect the new skills or tools. Pages. The pages represent childhood or curiosity, interest and enthusiasm to begin a new skill or use a new tool. They are messengers bringing news and new bits of information. When it gives a bit more blurb about the court cards, etc. Then it gives you a bit of like numerology. So the tens of a deck usually represent accomplishment and completion. They show us that we have completed this cycle and are ready to celebrate, relax, and then begin the next one. The nines of a decks usually indicate that we are very close to completing our goals but aren't quite there yet. They remind us that we still have to work a little more before we're finished. The eights. The eights of the deck often speak of a rejuvenated call to action towards our goal. They represent forward movement and a positive push in the right direction. Sevens. The sevens of the decks often represent a time to focus on growing ourselves as a whole. They often suggest taking a break, meditation, introspection, expanding knowledge, and strengthening our faith. Sixes. The sixes of the deck usually indicate the problem solving, communication, and overcoming the setbacks found in the fives. Sixes often represent the need to adjust our thinking, our plans to get back on track. Fives. The fives of the deck are sometimes seen as the opposite of the overall feeling of the suit. They are generally seen as speed bump or hurdle in the process of realizing our goals. Fours. The fours of the decks grow on the energy and hard work in the previous numbers and show us the importance of establishing a firm foundation and building from there. They also represent starting to see results from all of your work. Threes. Sorry for that noise, I live next to a train station, so they're passing through quite regular. Threes. The threes of the deck often speak of taking the decision and energy of the previous cards and growing our plans into reality. These cards show growth and community development in our plans and working together with others to better reach our goals. Twos. The twos of the deck are usually indecisive of keeping balance, making a choice between two equally weighed options or coming to a crossroads. And the aces of the deck are the pursuit form of the energy each suit emanates. They represent a new beginning and inspiration and are often assigned to start a new project or move forward with any plans. And it gives you a bit more information about the numerology. Then for the major arcana, it gives you the card and just an explanation. There doesn't seem to be any reverse meanings. So it does that for each of the cards in the suit. And then let me see at the end of the book, it just kind of concludes, you know, the whole point of tarot and stuff like that. And then it just gives you a bit about Llewellyn, and it gives you how to find her on Facebook and Twitter, etc, etc. So that's the book. It's quite a detailed book. And to be quite honest, I kind of like forgot about this deck. Yesterday I met up with a few UK YouTubers, and we were kind of like exchanging decks and stuff like that. And I pulled out this deck because I thought I haven't used this deck in quite a while. But I kind of remembered that I had it, and I thought, no, I'm going to keep this deck. I'm not going to give it away. Okay, so let's talk about the cards. Okay, so I've divided them into major and the four suits. So look at the back of the cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. The cardstock is thin-ish. I mean, I usually like thick cardstock because I'm an overhand shuffler, but I actually quite like the way these cards shuffle. Okay, so let's go through the major arcana cards. Oh, that's the wrong way around. So let's start with the four. Oops-a-daisy. Okay, so they're kind of like minimalist cards, you know. So you've got the four, you've got her dog and her sack and her rose, and she's just about to take that leap over that cliff, and the dog's trying to warn her there. Magician with all his tools there. They're kind of very gimmick-ish as well, but just vibrant colours. I love them. And the colour theme for the Major Arcana tends to be mixed. I think that they're probably linking, like this is red, and I think that each of the minor arcanas has these colours in there, but there's no particular colour scheme for the Major Arcana. It's beautiful cards. Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful Death card. It's got like a time scale there. Interesting Tower card. Star. The Moon. The Sun, which is just the sun, and my favourite plants, the sunflower. There's no kind of like children or babies in this kind of deck, which is good. There's a flag, it looks like the St George's flag. And the World. So this is the Major Arcana. So let's move on to the Minor Arcana. So you've got here the suit of Wands. They seem to have this same colour theme going throughout, which is like the pastel blue, the red and the yellow. So that's the Ace of Wands. See, they're very Rider-Waite-Smith-ish inspired. So if you're a person that prefers the Rider-Waite-Smith system, you shouldn't find it a problem to read with these cards. Five of Wands. Six of Wands, which was my card for the day. Seven of Wands. 8. It's 9 of Wands. 10. And you've got the Page. Knight. Queen of Wands. It's a beautiful Queen of Wands. See her cat there and the sunflowers. You see she's got a very strong expression on her face. And the King of Wands. Okay, so let's move on to the next suit, which is the Cups. So you've got the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the colour theme in this one tends to be kind of like two shades of blue and kind of yellowy blondie colour. And a bit of green in there as well. That's Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Six. Those choices in those cups, the Seven of Cups. 8. I like this kind of Eight of Cups. It's a bit pippish though, isn't it? You know, walking away from an emotional situation, but learn from that emotion. Because they're not exactly behind her, are they? They're kind of up in the air. So, you know, take it and learn from it. Nine of Cups. He looks very, or she looks very comfortable. 10 of Cups. We've got the Page. The Knight. The Queen. And the King. Okay, so the next suit is the Swords, and these are lovely, vibrant, kind of purplish colouring. Purple and yellow. So that's the Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Just beautiful colouring. Three of Swords. 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 7, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. And the people here seem to have red hair. You see, yeah, so these are red-haired, if you can see, people. 10 of Swords, and you've got the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. And look at this deck again. So this is the cups. So all the cups seem to have like blonde hair. Yep, they're all blonde-haired individuals. See the blonde. And the swords seem to be red-headed. Let me see what the wands were. The wands look, these look like they've got brown kind of hair. So I do like the way that they've divided the colour. You can see brown-haired people. Okay, and let's look at the final suit, which is the Pentacles. Okay, so you've got the Ace, the 2, and this is another red head people. 3 of Pentacles, the 4, the 5 of Pentacles, 6, 7 of Pentacles, 8, 9 of Pentacles, and 10. And you've got the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. Okay, so this is the Vivid Journey Tarot. I will add a link to this deck in the description bar. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!